Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It is Wednesday, not Tuesday, Wednesday, July 12th, 2023, 6:20 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. We have the CPI coming in 10 minutes, and we're anticipating volatility, and I'll be here with you to walk you through it. Doesn't mean that we're going to nail every different move, but we'll have the levels, dang it. Good morning. Audio visual check, please. Let's see. Perfect. Make sure. Yeah, that's muted. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Rob. Good morning, Johan or Jahan. Hey, Renaissance Man. Hey, Rob, Shake and Bake, Swarming Zone, Greg, Homebody, Topher. Hi, Jake, E-Cubed, Marvin Dutton. Hey, Tess, sorry about that Tuesday earlier on the description. You know, we get our days mixed up. Hey, Rob, Geo Guitar, my girl Nugget. Hey, Card Lady. Sam, Hector, Win For You, Nick, Mike, Alnick. Hey, Wiccan, Belay, Ella, Mary, Donald, Alex. Hi, R182. Hey, JP Miami. Hi. Good morning to the pre-game show. My name is Lori, and this is where we go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers, and shakers of the day, and my goal is to get you ready for the trading day. So we have big numbers coming up here, and I will get you prepared for that. What we're anticipating with CPI is 3.1. 3.1. Thank you, Dave. Very nice. Nice to see you, Hector. Mike Blurry, it's funny that's your name because like my glasses are blurry, so like we're both blurry. I'm sure you get tired of that joke. Hey, Jess. All right, so CPI, we're anticipating 3.4. When we click on this number, we can see that we started trending up and we peaked in 2022 with the actual 9.1. We've gotten as low as the last one, 4%, and they're expecting something in the low threes, 3.1. What does that mean? We had someone post the JPM, which I always love to see, the JPM right here. Their prediction. So let's look at this. JPM, so the June CPI reading. If it's 3.7 or higher, JPM is predicting a down move of 2 to 2.5%, and the probability of that is 5%. 3.3 to 3.6 down 1 to 1.25%. If we're in the sweet spot, which is what we're expecting, 3.1, so 3 to 3.2, we're expecting a tiny up move. If we're lower than anticipated, we're expecting an up move of 1.5 to 1.7%. Anything below 2.7%, and we're thinking rally. It doesn't mean it will happen, but that's what we're thinking is rally. So if you want to screenshot that, that's fine. But what we want to see is we want to see the consumer price index, things costing less. That's what we want to see. Hey, Mustang Hunts. Hey, Al. Basque. I got dressed up for CPI, dude. This is $9.99 Walmart t-shirt. This is a necklace that cost about $29.99. So no, this is how I dress every day. I do high-low, high-low. All right. So CPI, and then we have multiple FOMC members speaking today, and we have Beige Book at 2 o'clock. All right. So let me go back to this. So if we get a higher than expected number, that's typically bullish for the dollar, which is typically bearish for indices. So we know what we're expecting, and I have to get you most ready for that. And overall, things are looking more bullish than bearish. And let's go look at charts real quick. I know you're used to me doing chart requests during this time, but I just want to use our time as efficiently and effectively as possible. If we look at Apple on the weekly, what is that? Potential weekly bull flag. Amazon, potential weekly bull flag. Nvidia, potential weekly bull flag. Tesla, not as clear. Let's go up and look at QQQ. Potential weekly bull flag. ES, potential weekly bull flag. Do we got it? So overall, bulls have control. Now this could be a moment where bears get what they've been wanting and they get a higher than anticipated CPI number, and then real consolidation enters the market. And I've had copied for 2 days in a row, and I did not save it for y'all. I did not actually say it out loud. I Googled, what is the stronger emotion, fear or greed? The correct answer is fear. Human beings are much more motivated to avoid pain than to seek out pleasure, because that fear has much more power to motivate, which means we drop faster than we go up. So if we're higher than 3%, the fear could be palpable and we could see a huge pullback if it's higher than 3%. If we have anything with a 2 in front of it, that would be perceived to be bullish. And remember, algos respond first. They see the number and they, I can't do sound effects. Can someone do that sound where they just do the computer stuff, and then they react, and then humans intervene later. So we're going to mark the high of the reaction, the low of the reaction, and then we're going to see who wins after the algos respond. So on ES, here are your levels. Now I marked the prior high, 4476. So I marked the charts up based on the 4-hour. Prior high could act as support on a pullback. So if you want to take a screenshot of these levels, feel free. Yes, Liam, potential cup and handle on Netflix earnings next week. I have covered that, absolutely. NASDAQ 4-hour uptrend. However, on the 12-hour, we're expecting a lower high. Odds favor it compared to 15359. But of course, CPI could just say, we don't care about no lower highs. If CPI has a 2 in front of it, I would think the market would turn super bullish. So go open if you are going to trade the reaction, make sure your broker platform is open. You have no working orders, or the working orders you have are ones that you intend to have. So please just check that. Go back to my notes for today. I have notes off screen, and I am acutely aware the CPI data will likely destroy all of my setups, and that's okay. I can roll with it. Can you? I can roll with it. No tan whatsoever. So the algo response, typically the first 5 to 15 minutes is algo, and then after that, humans start to intervene, and we may have to wait till market open to see the real direction. All right, I'm going to go to the 1 minute, and I know this is not what y'all normally like. Y'all like for me to do your chart request, but remember, TCG members, they get their chart request answered 3 times a day, 5 days a week, live. And then we type out any questions you may have. We answer them at any given moment. So you're always getting informed. So the chart requests during this free public pregame they're not always covered, because I think more people come here to see, hey, what are you looking at? What are the things that are movers and shakers? And I think I have some good things for you. Let's see what CPI does to either support those ideas or totally destroy them. Bonjour, Al. Gregory, I understand. My daughter and I talked this week about how horrible we are at taking compliments. Someone will say, oh, I love that shirt. And I'm like, Walmart, $9.99. We're terrible. Hey, Mal, welcome. Thanks, Lou. Luke, I will. I absolutely will. All right, so we're marked up here. I'm going to mark the high of overnight at the moment. And then let's see how she rolls. We have 50 seconds. Now, newer traders, if you're inconsistently profitable or you're learning, sit on your hands. Get your hands and put them under your thighs and sit on them, because this is not a moment for you to trade. This is a moment for you to observe. It's just like poker. You sit out this hand and you just observe. Then in the future, you're like, I've seen this movie before. I've seen this hand before, and you know how to trade it. There's no need to trade these reactions. All right, we have 18 seconds. I'm going to go over here. And I may go back here so it'll populate quickly. Anything with a 2 in front of it should be bullish. Anything with a 2 in front of it should be bullish. Ready, set, go. Where's the data? Come on. It is bullish right now. It is 3. It's a little lower than what they were anticipating, just a little bit lower, 3%. They were expecting 3.1, so that is slightly more bullish. So now I would expect these weekly bull flags on all of these time frames, they may come to fruition, all right? I'm an old lady, but you're cute. All right, so 3%, much better than anticipated. Now let's go look at our numbers. Have we breached that daily high from over here? Yes. So now we have a higher high, weekly bull flag confirmed. And now we need follow through. Now let's go see what's happening with the dollar. Dollar is getting thrashed as we could anticipate. And gold is popping. Absolutely popping. Gold put a daily trend change in place yesterday. So now I'm looking bullish gold. I'm looking for a pullback buy on gold. So gold looks wonderful. Dollar getting beat is helping oil. Nat gas, not so much. Nat gas is such a cheap number that the denominator of a dollar, it doesn't impact it as much. So gold really, really loving this lower than anticipated CPI number. So right now, folks, not to be Captain Obvious, we're looking bullish. We're absolutely looking bullish. So the weekly bull flags told us to look that way, and now it's coming to fruition. All right. Let's start with the indices. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Lori, pronounced with an Ori. I'm going to stop doing that one day, but when you're a Humpty Dance kid, you're a Humpty Dance kid. Okay, mark the high of the reaction so far, and then if we start pulling back, that becomes the threshold. All right, this is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. I do this every morning, sometimes on camera, most of the time not on camera because it's 6:30 a.m. and I think makeup is like a punishment sometimes at this time of morning. So anyway, that's who I am. And I use this table, and it was telling us to look bullish. We're done with the calendar now. We have multiple Fed speakers, and we have the beige book at 2 p.m. Eastern. Please don't forget that. Now, let's go to the app, and let's look at, hey, Wave. 1R Mal is the risk. That is not 1% of your account. I'll go over that in just a second, okay? I'll go over it in just a second. All right, let's go back to ES. What is your next resistance? Let me go to the daily. Sorry, I did not have this mapped. I should have known, because we were looking bullish. So really, your next resistance is 45.50 and then up at 46.38.25. Okay, now we have a high of the reaction, 45.09. I'm going to delete everything. I'm going to go back to the 1 minute. This is how I personally trade. I'm going to mark the high and the low here. That ain't the high. This is the high. Okay, now that becomes the hurdle for bulls to clear. So let's see what the consolidation looks like. You know, we got up to almost 90, or we got it pretty high on RSI on shorter term time frames. Now we pull back. How healthy does this consolidation look? I'm telling you, I for one am looking to buy pullbacks today with the chart structures that I see. Okay. I'm going to do your risk reward question right now because I think it's one of the most important questions that we can ask. Okay. I'm just going to do QQQ because it's right here, Mal. Okay. So let's say that your 36462 is our low of day, and you're like, I want to buy a higher low. I am looking for a higher low on QQQ, and I want to swing it into CPI. The difference between these two numbers is $1.10. All right. So that's $1.10. That becomes your risk because you stop out below 36462, you're wrong. If it breaks, if the long breaks it. So now you're looking for a 220 upside. You multiply it times 2 at a minimum. and that's your reward. So your risk is defined where you enter, where your logical stop would be, below on a long, above on a high. We may get a pullback, we may not. This is really, really bullish for us to finally, I want y'all to go look at the numbers again and what this means. I'm not seeing it in Costco yet. Costco didn't get these numbers, but obviously somebody calculated these numbers. Look at this. So from July of last year till now, so let's just look at June to June. We have cut it by 2/3. We've gone from 8.6% to 3%. That is a steep drop. That means the Fed interventions are working. Okay, you can stop talking over here. So that's a pretty big number. That's perceived bullishly. So I think if you position yourself bullishly today, go with the trend is what I'm trying to say. Go with the trend, which is bullish. All right, now let's go back to indices. We did ES. Did NASDAQ get through its high? I wasn't looking at NASDAQ. Yes, it did, because I know it was a 153 number. 153.59. Folks, we got a daily higher high, but we have not crossed 154.7550. And this is where I go set my alert. I want to know if we get close to that number. If we get close to that number and we're unable to break it, that could be bearish. We need NASDAQ to join in on the party. We have the rebalancing this week. So if NASDAQ's not going to break that high, that weekly high, we need everything else to participate. All right. RTY. Just making sure everything I got going on is what I want going on. Yes. Okay, RTY was our canary this morning. So before this breakout, y'all, we had already gotten through resistance yesterday. Yesterday, we were able to get through resistance. And with this high today, we were able to break it more convincingly. Our small caps are running hard, which probably means Bitcoin's moving a little bit. So Bitcoin and Russell, IWM, those are our risk on instruments. And when they're running hard, that means people are willing to put money to work. RTY has been our leader. If you were here last Thursday, put a 1 in the chat if you remember me saying, hey y'all, this gap down is for buying. It's got the bejesus beat out of it. And right there, we were looking for a daily higher low with 4-hour oversold, buying the gap down. That was our trade setup. If you took TNA calls from here, so TNA is long, 3 times IWM, we're up almost 7%. Let's say 6% times 3, that's 18% on TNA alone. If you bought TNA calls at open, you're going to be up about 600%. So that's the importance of knowing the most likely scenario was a daily higher low. And I said, beat it up, beat the bejesus out of it. And I want it to be dropping as far as possible in order to buy that dip, looking for that daily higher low. And I'm not saying trading is easy, but it can sometimes be very straightforward. You heard me say it. There you go. You heard me say it was beating the bejesus out of it, and I wanted it to get beat up. And that was the opportunity of all opportunities. And if you're still swinging that, you're Gucci. All right, YM. I like seeing all those ones. YM. You know, YM broke that low, but it wasn't believable because we were unable to get a candle close below the daily 50 MA, which we talked about Friday. Hey, daily 50 MA. RTY. Hey, daily 200 MA. Y'all see that? Hi, my name is Lori. I love trading. This is the best gig in the world. Your next resistance is 34705. And then 34410. VIX is melting like Glinda the bad witch. Who's the bad witch? I don't remember. But whoever was melting, that one is melting. That's VIX. And dollar is also melting. Somebody, do y'all remember that? This ascending triangle from yesterday, this wedge? Does it get any better from that? Do y'all remember Friday? I gave y'all this trend line and I said, I'm short the dollar right there. And now we got Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and now today. If you swung that, you got great gains. And y'all, I'm not always in the zone. I'm not always in flow state, but dang it, I've been in flow state and I want to take advantage of it. And I hope you're taking advantage of it too. And not taking word for word what I'm saying, but vetting these setups yourself. Bitcoin bulls have to be pleased with this consolidation. If you're going to consolidate sideways, if at all. So they have to be pleased with it. And this is a potential weekly bull flag. It's really hard to get bearish Bitcoin with this potential weekly bull flag. And as long as Russell is running pretty hard, Bitcoin's positioned well for a bull break. All right, gold. Gold has had a clear uptrend line. We have this daily trend change and it's doing it. We're over the 21 EMA. Now we wait for a pullback buy on gold. Tell me when RSI gets oversold. And I want to buy that sucker. I want a gold long position. Oil is running. We are well over daily resistance, which we have been, and now we are over weekly resistance, weekly higher high. Y'all remember I circled the squeeze on oil yesterday? Oil and gold are in the same boat now. I'd be looking for a pullback buy if I were you. Wait, real quick. Oh, okay. All right. Now, oil, we have inventory today. Don't forget that. That could be a small fly in the ointment for oil bulls is inventory. You're breaking support right now on nat gas. It's not getting the benefit of dollar weakness. I don't have a trade set up for you. Apple does have the rebalancing overhead now, but we are breaking over yesterday's high. As long as we are over yesterday's high, gap rules apply. $189.30 right here. So if we remain in a gap up situation and bulls push it and bears are unable to dip into yesterday's range or dip into it just a little bit and then come out, that's a long signal, and put your stop below that dip. You don't want to see bears penetrate yesterday's range any deeper than maybe 10, 20 cents. Otherwise, that means bears are taking back over. Amazon. We are over yesterday's high. Gap rules apply. 129.77. Gap rules apply. If bears are unable to come back into yesterday's range and we have a little stair step or a break of high of low bar and we turn, you put your stop below that. Oh, you put your stop below that low, and that is a long signal. Nvidia. Shocker. We're breaking above yesterday's high. Gap rules apply. Market's coming back ever so slightly, but I wouldn't say this is anything dangerous yet. 42758 is the high of yesterday. We have a squeeze. Now, I'm bullish right here, right now. When this market opens, people could evaluate where we are and say, what the heck are we doing? We got rebalancing coming. Apple and Amazon are penetrating yesterday's ranges, we may sell everything off. So just remember, we have a ton of bullish setups, and that's the way I'm looking. I'm not going to fight the bulls, but if the bears step in, I throw my hands up and I say, no mas, no mas, and I'll let them have it. I'm not going to fight the bears. And I'm for sure not going to fight the bulls. I'd rather trend trade today to the bullish side until it stops working. Tesla, got to upgrade. 27599. Okay, I've got this stuck in my head, and now y'all are going to have it stuck in your head. I'm not even a Swiftie. I'm sorry. I know her songs because my daughter likes Taylor Swift. You know, but I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. I definitely am not feeling 22, but the song is stuck in my head. I don't know about you. So I'm not going to sing it, but hopefully now it's stuck in your head and we can be twinsies today. Tesla, 270.90. Well above yesterday's high. This could be a gap and go situation. Gosh, this is so beautiful. Look at that trampoline. The 8 dips below that 21 EMA and then comes back up for air. So many pretty setups. Okay, let me get my Queen of the Mountain setups and copy and paste them. They're going to be really different. And I like to give credit where credit's due. So one of these setups is because of Dan. And the rest are mine. Actually, KJ pointed out APPS, so that's KJ. And the rest of them are mine. All right. So MNMD, this is a psychedelic name. It's been running hard. Back burner watch, first 5 or 15 minute oversold. Pin has been lagging DKNG, potential weekly falling wedge for potential long. And let me see. My priorities today, right here, I don't know if you keep notes, but my priorities today are Zoom and Pin, establishing position in those. And I have one more, and I'm saving that for Swing Report members. Okay. So potential bull laggards. Apps. Let's look at apps. So we have all these names that have been running 1,000%, 500%. And some of these names are laggards. I love when we enter a gap fill area and we have no resistance overhead. I like apps long, and I will be looking for a swing position in apps. Baba. Dan has been pointing this one out very loudly for him because he's not a loud person in general. But this monthly inverse head and shoulders on Baba, I already have a long position here. And I think this is a great location to position yourself long. Yes, we are gapping up. Maybe look for a pullback buy for a Baba long. Next is Docu. Look at Docu. They have not been taking advantage of all of this bull move. So Docu has a lot of work to do. Maybe a pullback buy on Docu. Pen, I like a lot. It's been running pretty hard. You're looking for a pullback buy on Pen. And Zoom is probably one of my favorites because ARC, Coin, Roku, they've all been running the Cathy stocks, and Zoom is a Cathy stock. So looking for a pullback buy on Zoom. Those are the best ideas I have. And they're not your typical Queen of the Mountain trades. I get it. I'm going to scooch back over here. And if you've been trading CVNA back burner and killing it, please put a 2 in chat. If you've been trading yesterday and Monday, our CVNA Queen of the Mountain back burner trade and got 7% to 16%, put a 2 in chat because I didn't. I set an alert and I missed it. I was walking my dog and missed the alert, and that's okay. Loud enough that you took a position. I agree, success. Lori Carlson, you took advantage of CVNA. Awesome, Basque. I'm so happy. Okay. I have time for one chart request, and I'm going to shut it down. I've been up since 2 a.m. preparing. My husband's so happy with me. He loves it when I wake up at 2 a.m. because I'm so excited about charts. Okay. Airbnb. Dang. That's a pretty candle. It's pretty extended. I couldn't buy it up here, but this is definite back burner watch. First 5 minute oversold, you could grab it. Yeah, lots of back burner trades because everything's already gapping up. I agree, unless you're positioned slightly from yesterday. Otherwise, you can wait for stair steps. So if you have a name like, let's do it. We haven't drawn a stair step in a while. Let's do it. Let's say the Airbnb pulls back at open. You could then enter on the break of the high of the low bar and put your stop below the low. That's a way to enter a name and not wait for 5 minute back burner, is wait for equilibrium to enter long or a stair step. Okay, MARA is going to be hot, hot, hot. It's absolutely obliterating shorts. As long as Bitcoin is popping and QQQ, Mara, back burner watch, stair step watch, EQ watch. Look at the hourly EMAs. They haven't lost the hourly EMA since June 16th, over a month. That's a bullish freaking locomotive. Yeah, hit the like button. You know what's funny is I chose Carvana as my, let me see if I can show y'all real quick, as my stock lottery play. So this was our community lotto play. And let's see. CBNA was my long at $4.68, and it's up 660%. Lucid isn't working. What is Lucid? Or is it working? Yeah, it is working. That one wasn't as good. So my Lucid pick is up 15% from 697% to 812. My Carvana pick is up 660%. Did anyone beat me? No, no one beat me. Carvana, out of all these picks, which we had 2 per person, about 50, so 100 picks. So January 1, that was mine. Now, did I swing it that long? No. But next year, I'll be like, you did pretty good last year. Stick with it. All right, that's it for me. I don't know. That would be hard. I wouldn't be able to pick between Mara, Riot, and Coin. I'd have to study them real quick. All right, y'all, that's it for me. Y'all use stop losses. Thank you for being here. Hit the like button. There are only 154 likes, y'all. Come on. I put on makeup for y'all. I've been up since 2 a.m. I deserve at least 1 like from you. Thank you.